Hi, welcome to my mom's Chinese recipes. Today we are going to be making a dim sum specialty, one of my favorite dishes, fried taro dumplings. Do you hear how crispy it is? First, all the ingredients will be listed on the screen. I'm using frozen bamboos from the grocery store. You can also use the canned ones as well. And green onions can also be replaced with chives if that's the flavor you prefer. First, heat up a pan and add a little bit of oil. Then add in chopped shiitake mushrooms and the whites of a scallion. Add in the chopped bamboo, and then the pork. Ideally, the pork should have fat and lean parts. After the meat is starting to turn white, season with the ingredients on the screen. Mix well. Then toss in peanuts and the green part of scallion. Thicken with a cornstarch slurry. This will make wrapping it a lot easier. This filling can also be personalized as you wish. Now we're going to make the wrap. You're going to use this kind of taro. This is key for the wrapping texture. Slice them as thin as possible. This will help them steam quickly. Place them as so in a steamer and add the entire container on top of a pot of water. After it starts steaming, you'll need about 10 minutes or so. You can check with a fork to see if it's done. Transfer them over to a bowl like this and mash while they're hot. Some taros might have bits of tough parts. Just remove those if you can. After it's fully mashed, you're going to add in wheat starch and season with salt and sugar. The next part is to add in water that has just been boiled. It's very important that it's hot. You can see that it will turn the wheat starch immediately translucent. Mix quickly. And then add in room temperature pork lard. If yours is in liquid form, you might need to add 1 more spoon here. I'm not sure if butter will work. I do recommend using traditional ingredients for this recipe to achieve the most authentic flavors, but feel free to give another form of fat a go. Once the dough is evenly mixed like this, you can start wrapping. First, make a ball, and then flatten them gently. Don't make them too thin or else it will fall apart. And keep in mind that this dough does not have gluten, so you can't really stretch it too much. Just press them tight like this to seal. This recipe is good for 20 to 25 taro dumplings. The next part is the most technical part, and this is the secret to allowing you to achieve the crispy exterior. It's all about the temperature of the oil. Firstly, we're going to chill the taro dumplings to allow them to set for about 15 to 20 minutes in the freezer. I recommend doing this in batches so they don't end up over chilling or thawing too quickly. But don't worry, we will fry them in the same order so that there won't be too much waiting time in between the batches. You can see that they don't look frostbitten, but they feel cold to the touch. We do this to allow temperature shock to happen, which is what allows the crunchy shell to form. The oil temperature should be about 170 to 180 degrees. You don't want to fry more than 2 at a time. This way, the dumplings will have plenty of room to bubble and they won't chill the temperature of the oil too quickly. The frying process will be about 5 minutes. In the first 4 minutes, you will need to control the temperature by turning the stove on and off so that it stays within the 170 to 180 degrees range. This is why having a temperature gun for this recipe is kind of crucial. For the last minute, you can turn the temperature all the way up to 180 to 190. This will help the shape set and to achieve the golden finishing color. Once you have this technique down, you can get perfect taro dumplings every single time. One last detail I want to emphasize on is the amount of oil. You need to have enough to cover the taro dumplings even after it starts puffing up. At the same time, you don't want to have so much oil that it will spill over when it's bubbling. So make sure that your pot is deep enough so that you're being safe. We hope you like this recipe and will give it a go yourself. See you next time.
听到没有这个书？